Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? If you guys remember, last episode we started making a cube, and I have been thinking to myself, why the hell don't we continue with the tradition of making more cubes? And no, this is a mob farm. If you guys remember, in 1.12 we had an amazing mod called Cyclic, and it has an item called Spawn Detector. What does it do? You just right click on a block, and it will tell you what kind of mobs are going to spawn on it. I was going through the items that we have to craft and realized we need a ton of blaze powder, we're going to need a ton of nether stars, and we might as well have a mob farm in the nether. This area that you see over here is kind of amazing because we do get the mobs that spawn on the nether fortress, you know, like wither skeletons and blazes. But if you come over here, we also get all the other stuff, like pigmen and wisps. And obviously ghasts. Apparently we do need a lot of ghasts here. I don't really remember how tall ghasts are. Somebody shot at me. Shut up. Let me reload. Yep, yeah, as I was saying, I'm not exactly sure how tall ghasts are, but we're gonna make it 5 tall. I have made the cube, and as usual, there are a few things that we are going to need, meaning that I forgot to bring them. Yes, I know, my memory was always garbage. Of course, the most important item is the mob crusher, and just ignore the fact that I already had the upgrades. We obviously need to have a drop of evil, and since we already have a mob farm and we do have storage for it, I was thinking we sort things through an ender chest. Cause I'll be very honest with you, I don't think we're missing that many important drops. I got a flux infused legging. Mob farms are OP. Anyways, the main question is, how the hell do we make an ender chest? It's not that bad. Wither dust is just wither bones. Thankfully, we don't have to wait for endermen to spawn. We do have ender pearls. So wait a minute, how much storage do you give me? Oh, it's a double chest. That is good. In some mod packs, it's just a single chest. So maybe I should get an extra one? So, the mob slaughter factory, which is the incorrect one. I just meant the mob crusher. Yep, the upgrades go in, and I guess we just add the drop of evil. Lovely. We're getting mobs. Perfect. Well, we're getting wither skeletons. That's a good sign. Somebody blew up. We just import everything into an ender chest like so. Why do I hear things burning? Uh-oh, why did it catch on fire? Why can't I put it off? Okay, I'm just saying, this could be a giant flaw. We cannot place sun water in the nether, but what we should be able to do is to use some blood from Biomes of Plenty. Does it work? Oops, should have worked. Am I wrong here? You can't place it down. Okay, I just put it off by hand. We should understand what mob is causing this. I don't know. Also, it's always great to stay in your own mob farm. It's the safest place to be. Well, whatever the hell it was, it's not happening again. It has been a while later, I have chunk loaded this place, I have made the sorting system in the overworld, and things seems to be fine. I don't know what happened the first time, maybe a mob saw me and shot me. Shut up. Now that we are generating almost all the mob loot that we wanted, what is the plan? Good question. If you guys remember 3 or 4 years ago that we were playing Enigmatica 2, we realized something. One of the ways that everything is much more difficult in this mod pack is the machine casings and the machine frames. You know, this is thermal expansion, which is not cheap. And for example, this is RF tools. But one of the good things about them is that they can be replicated using UU matter from IC2. So I was thinking to myself, the sooner we start making UU matter, the easier our lives is going to be. Since we had Ex Nihilo, I thought, fine, we're going to use a Crucible, we're going to get infinite lava, and we're going to have a few, I forgot their name. Yes, geothermal generators. We can also use a universal cable, but the reactor is not very sustainable at this very moment. Fortunately, you might notice that the Crucible itself is kind of disabled. That is when I discovered something very important, Solar Melting Crucible from Immersive technology. Seems to be an amazing mod which we have never played with. So there is a melting crucible which works with RF, and there is another one which works with solar power. You give it cobblestone, it gives you lava. I have played around a bit in a creative world and I think I know how it works. I just think, I'm not sure, and it's incredibly expensive. Maybe not. It's just fences. As far as I'm understanding everything, we are going to need a ton of steel and a ton of silver. For the moment, we don't really have any type of ore processing, so here's what I'm gonna do. It's kind of fun. It's actually really fun. That's not gonna be enough iron. Thankfully, I have done a ton of mining in between the cutscenes, so we have 500 ores. I'll tell you what, this is going to take a fair bit of time. Let me do everything and I'll be right back. Do you want to hear something funny? Of course you do. I think we're out of iron. Also, we never had enough silver, so I have upgraded our scanner. Well, I made an extra module, which I already had it, apparently. We are going to start looking for common ores, like iron, silver, etc. I want the big clusters. That seems to be the one. Hello? Nobody's here. Nobody's here. That is copper. How far is it? Oh, it's way down. Yes, we found something. Actually, it's not that bad. It's mainly silver and tin. Well, mainly tin. I'm not picky. We need everything. We have 555 more iron ore. I think that should be more than enough. We can go home. And yes, my pick is now pure awesome. Just like my beautiful eyes. I have made some of the engineering blocks and I noticed that the quests are not counting. And since the quests are incredibly important in this mod pack, for example, I did manage to get basic energy crystals from Draconic Evolution. Let us make sure that everything is going to count. So, reinforced blast bricks. Then we need the vents, preheaters. Oh, this is gonna be a pain. Dude, seriously, how much microcrafting do I have to do? We don't really need to do this, I'm just doing this for the quests. So, there you go, that should be a quest. Come on. Engineering blocks have counted. Hello. Why wasn't he burning? I think instead of generating UU matter, I should have focused on machines, but it's a bit too late, it's fine. Some radiator blocks, that should be another quest, and obviously one more. Since this is a massive structure, we might as well make a projector. That's also a quest. And we don't really need this, but let us have an alloy kiln. Maybe 2. Voila. It has been a few minutes later and I have been trying my best to finish most of the quests in Immersive Engineering. But I think we also need some hemp. I never got the seed, which is weird. Still no hemp. Okay, I'll be honest with you, this is not paying off. Maybe the best solution is that we make a Horn of the Wild and see how it goes. Oh, that's another quest. Lovely. Come on. Yes, hemp. Vanilla tools don't work, use Tinker's Construct. I need a mattock for a hemp? Okay, it does work. It has 1 durability. Yeah, this works fine. We just need a bit. I have finally finished every single quest in Immersive Engineering and let us see what we're going to get. Oh, what is the difference? I take that one. Oops. Yes. Inventory is full. That's not bad, I guess. Flux Electron Block. That is good. Kind of garbage. Auto Heavy Sieve. Thank you. Oh, food. Food is nice. Wind Generator is nice. Food is more nice. More food. A chiseled block of coal coke. Honestly, that is fine by me. I can't chisel it back to anything. It's fine. Go in the trash. A computer. Wow. Robots. Lovely. Holy. That is expensive. And kind of useless. A shulker box. Ooh. Look at the storage on this thing. I don't like shields. Factory blocks are always nice. So we were awarded 2 of these wind generators from Mechanism. What we're going to do is that we're going to trash them. I know it's a bit stupid. And instead we're going to make one of these wind turbines from Industrial Renewal. This is one of the cheaty mods that I added, but it does look incredibly cool. And it's a bit expensive. We just make a giant pole, the turbine goes on top like so, and the blades. This looks way cooler. The problem is that I'm not really sure how cheaty it is. Maybe it has to be taller? Because you're not generating any power. Maybe it is generating some power and we had to extract it from the bottom? Yeah, probably. Well, I'm going to try and figure it out later, don't you worry. What we're going to do is that we're going to make our solar tower first. Solar melting crucible. I was reading the engineer's manual and apparently the humidity of the environment also has an effect on the production of lava. So we're going to do this in the desert and hopefully find one chunk. Yeah, this seems to be a fine spot. So that is the center of the chunk. If we place you here, that should be fine. How do you go up by 1 block? I don't know. I'm a guy. We don't use manuals. So if I place down the concrete, will it go up by 1 block? Oh, fancy. This is why we needed hempcrete. It seems that we are done. It's very tall, I know. Apparently we have to hit the silver block in the center. Where's my hammer? Come on. Form. Lovely. We have the structure. Oh, okay. It goes away. This is our redstone control. This should be the cobblestone input and this should be the lava output. It's not working at this very moment. Do you know why? We need mirrors. And it took me a very long time to find this because you cannot find the mirror in this chapter. You have to go to the turbine power systems, then go to the solar tower and it should be, yeah, over here. I have all the material that we need in order to make some mirrors and unfortunately the way that it works is not very intuitive. It has to be 12 blocks away from the center of this melting crucible. So that is 12 blocks, we go 13 just in case. It can be up to 48 blocks away as well, but the main problem is that it has to be on the same level with the crucible and the concrete down here doesn't count. So I have to make a platform and I was hoping everything would fit within 1 chunk, but no. Okay, I guess this is fine. We can load 2 chunks maybe. So it's 4 concrete. These ones don't count. 1 engineering block, a few scaffolding, like so. Then the silver sheet metal, like so. And 3 pieces of glass, apparently. So if I hit you with a hammer, are you gonna form? Yes. It's nighttime. Not the best. It should automatically find the crucible. Oh, it did. It literally just did. Obviously, the more mirrors we have, the faster it's going to melt down. Let us get a cobblestone generator first. Actually, first let us see if we have one. We don't. And yeah, you might notice I've been trying to make lava in different ways. It didn't really work, but in creative, this seemed to be the best option. So, can I put you here or do you need a hopper? I don't know. Do you need a hopper? Oh no, you don't. We got lava. And you see, it's very slow. We just have one bucket. But I'm assuming if we add like a few more over here, it should be fine. We have 2 more mirrors, like so. And now this should go way faster. Oh, it's full. This is how you make a drum? A garbage drum. That's 8 buckets. That's fine. We're going to cheat. We're going to make a tank from thermal expansion. And I was awarded a few kits. Yes, Signalum. I should have probably used it for a machine. Oh, these are cool. It has an angle. I love this block. Anyways, here is the tank. We get our lava. That is perfect. And here's the kit. How fast are you? 12 buckets. Come on. 13. It's one every 3 seconds, I guess. What if we add more mirrors? I'm not sure what is the maximum. That is the problem. When I was playing around with it in creative, it was going incredibly fast. I'm not exactly sure what I did. But it was the same seed. I literally made it next to the temple. It's okay. We add 3 more. They're cheap. Because one thing that you should remember is that this is not really gonna work during the night, so we need it to work super fast during the day. 41 buckets, 42 buckets. Ah, it's having an effect. Yeah, now it's almost every 1 second. We had more. Oh, we don't really want to load that many chunks. That's the problem. I have made 6 more mirrors and let us see the speed. It's faster, but I'm not sure by how much. Maybe we're getting a bucket every half a second? Let me put a timer. It's... I think it's 0.8 seconds. I mean, it's not bad, it's basically free. Any other method that I have is not going to be free and it's going to require RF, so why the hell not? The problem is that I have to chunk load 3 chunks for this, and that's not great. We didn't really have to, we could have made it in our own biome, but this is a chaparral and I think it should be humid. Look at all those flowers. But this looks incredibly cool. I really like it. I'm not really sure, but maybe we can use the chunks productively as well. I mean, maybe we can have more setup and make it into an expansion of our base. Oh, one very important thing that I forgot to mention is that whenever you're making a multi-block from immersive engineering, make sure they're not crossing chunk boundaries. I learned it the hard way during MC Eternal, and one of the reasons that I actually had to quit that mod pack because my FPS was garbage. Anywho, now that we have our free lava, let us start focusing on the UU matter itself. I think the first thing that we're going to need is a few geothermal generators. It's not a super fancy thing, it's basically a magmatic generator. You give it lava and it gives you some power. In the form of EU. But it is a bit expensive because we do need some iron large plates. Oh, stack gives you 8. That's garbage. Actually, this is one of the main reasons that we're going to get into UU matter because these can be duplicated. Meaning that we don't really have to waste that much resources. I have made 10 geothermal generators and they were requests, so I'm very happy about that. And I think here's what we're going to do. We're going to use some immersive engineering pipes to extract the lava. The reason that we're using immersive engineering pipes is that we can use scaffolding. You know, to hide the pipe. And I'm not really sure how we are going to decorate it, but for the moment, let us generate some EU. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 on the other side. I'm not really sure if it's going to keep up. It's filling in the buffers, so for the moment we're going to have a bit of a problem. Each one of them is going to make us 20 EU per tick, that is a total of 200. It's not a bad number. Yes, diamond dust. I think the way that we're going to make them is to use some glass fiber. So we need some energium dust. That's why I needed the diamonds. Is it a quest? No. For the moment we are also going to have 6 recyclers to make us scrap. Each millibucket of UU matter does require 10 million EU in order to be created, from nothing. But if you do manage to use scrap or scrap boxes, that number is going to be reduced by 1/6. I need a wrench. Yes, a very fine wrench. Just ignore what I said, this is the most garbage one. I don't know, maybe we put them something like this? I have made some transformer upgrades, but I don't really think we need them at this very moment. Later on when we have more power, probably we're going to need them. Because the geothermal generators are LV and these are also LV, I guess, tier 1. Yeah, I hate building in the desert. It's literally like gravel when you're mining. I did not really think about the sides. I guess we can use the same side for insertion and extraction. This is a compact cobblestone generator. It can make a stack every second. It's from Nuclearcraft. Such an amazing mod. We put you on round robin. Very good. We're getting cobblestone and we're generating 0 scrap. There is a chance. We also need speed upgrades, I'm aware of that, don't you worry. Did we at least get one? Nope. Oh, we got one. Lovely. This is an analog crafter from Extra Utilities 2. I think we should be able to set a pattern. Maybe we need 9. Yes, you need 9. How would you remember everything? Distribute input items evenly among existing stacks. Okay. Okay, analog crafter is garbage. We don't really have to get into RF tools because, yeah, the crafter itself does not have a horrible recipe. That should be much easier. Machine block, and there you go, a tier 1 crafter. Do we have an extra RTG? No. Yeah, we do have one here. We take that one. So, RTG. I thought we crashed. Thankfully, we did not. Here is our crafter, and here is a pattern for scrap boxes. This is a very basic setup and it has to be improved several times, but for the moment, let us get some UU matter. What we need to do is to try and make a matter fabricator, and we do need a few gizmos. And we're making everything super slow. Maybe I should make some overclocker upgrades. We also need some carbon. Yeah, exactly. We're just missing the carbon. That is a very expensive machine. I'm just saying. Give me one more. Thank you. So we needed 2 of these advanced machine casings. 1 energy crystal, 1 lapetron crystal, it didn't stack, sorry, and obviously the matter fabricator itself. Dude, you should be a quest. I guess you are a quest, but yeah, way further down the line. Well, why do I need a blast furnace? Well, for the moment, who cares? You're gonna extract on blue, you're gonna insert on blue, we're getting the scrap boxes, that is perfect. Now we need some power. Do we have enough cables, please? Oh, you jerk. It's fine. It doesn't have to be symmetrical, but we should be making some UU matter, yes. Oh, and by the way, just in case you're wondering, this is called garbage speed. We're just making 1 millibucket, that's it. Yep. But this is where it gets important. Are we keeping up with lava? Because we're consuming 20 millibuckets of lava per tick, and that's quite a bit. Well, the buffer is always full, so I'm guessing we're keeping up. Yeah, I think we're keeping up. 2 millibuckets. Such a huge achievement. It can be further improved, don't you worry, but how much does it require in order to replicate something? 26 millibuckets. 16, 25, they're not that bad. Oh, this is horrible. Thermal expansion. Just to make sure that some of the quests are going to count, I did make the blast furnace from IC2. And yeah, that is a lot of quests. Perfect. We don't really need that, we're making our own steel. But as usual, quests are incredibly important, so why the hell not? We need the overclocker upgrades. How many? 12. You see? Quests are important. Sacred Oak. That's a troll. Greenhouse glass. Only 5. Terrarium is nice. Cow in a jar. Thank you. Some fans. Autosieve. Some food. And that's it. Well, honestly speaking, at this very moment, I don't really think we need to overclock the recyclers in order to get more scrap. That is the hope. Oh, there is. Okay. So what if we add 2 to each one of them? That makes a huge difference. Yeah, I think now we're keeping up with scrap. Okay, that was good. Because making overclockers is a bit of a pain. You need a carpenter. We already have a carpenter, but I'm not in the mood for forestry. I'm going to do a bit of mining in between the episode, and depending on how everything goes, we're either going to do some building around the base, connect everything and, you know, make things look nicer. Or if I manage to get like 1000 pieces of lead, we're going to get into nuclear craft and try to get some Californium. But in any case, there's going to be a ton of time in between this episode and the next one, so we will see how much UU matter are we going to get. For the moment, we have 53 millibuckets, which is not the best. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.